Oh, Dick
Yes.
Dent is on the line. Okay, all right. He is the well. Dick, we'll let you do the honors. Talk about the reason you are going to be the new manager, the field manager of the Hannibal Cavemen this season. Welcome aboard.
Well, thank you. I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be a great experience, and it's probably not been the usual way a manager's been hired. I've been very close friends with Bob Heeman through my baseball days with the Padres and on through life. He was talking about his team this year that they had to, rebuild the whole complex there. There were some problems, and he was looking forward to a new beginning for the Cavemen. And as a half-hearted joke, I said, "Well, heck, I'll be one of your coaches." And then he thought about it. He said, "Well, why don't you manage the club?" And he knows me from. We've had many talks about my military experience and what it was like to lead men in combat and just build team camaraderie. And so he's thinking of trying to have an innovative way of trying to coach a baseball team. So we've got he was lucky enough for us to get two really good coaches, and I'm really excited to be working with a Ryan Doran and a Travis Ruppel.
I know Coach Bill Schuler here at the other microphone. You were in the Army, Vietnam era, and spent some time in Southeast Asia in the late 60s. Can you tell us just maybe a little bit about your experiences there?
Well, it's the best thing that ever happened to me in my life. In the 60s, I was I really never had a mentor, and I was fumbling along through life. I was a very good wrestler at Mansfield State College and thought I could, just keep a 2.0 grade point average so I can continue to wrestle. And, I got burnt. My GPA went below 2 as a junior, so they asked me to leave for a semester. And in 1968, if you lost your deferment, you know where you went. So I was then drafted, qualified for officer candidate school. So I immediately jumped on the chance, and it was a great, great experience to go through that, learn how to lead men, and it was the best experience I ever had in my life. I then went on to serve a tour in Vietnam. I was an infantry platoon leader with the 25th Infantry Division. Once again, when you're leading men in combat and you're only 21, 22 years old, boy, not much phases you now. I respect everything that I've earned. I'm blessed to have what I have. And my leadership skills that I learned in the Army have really paid off. My first few years with the Padres, we had, older guys in the 70s. They really respected me. And when I would just try and act hard-nosed with them, they understood where I was coming from. I was always been stern but fair. They said I had a stare. And, I have quite a few guys that I had that have gone to the Hall of Fame. And it's a really, really a great honor when I never forget the first time I went back to the Hall of Fame and Gaylord Perry was there at the Otissaga. And when I walked into the foyer there, he's across the room, big man, 200, probably 60 pounds, 6'7". He hollers my name and says, "Hey, there's Dickie Dent. He's the guy who helped me get my second Cy Young." And he just comes over, gives me a bear hug, and it's just really, really great. And as a trainer, you don't get paid too much, so when you get adulations from your players and give you a big thank you, that really goes a long way. My military career helped me form my inner self, I guess.
It would seem to me that this Harold again, your background, at least in Major League Baseball, athletic trainer, strength training, it would seem to me that if nothing else, the Cavemen should be a well-conditioned ball club along the way.
Well, that's what we're hoping. We have the medical staff there in Hannibal what's the Quincy Medical Group. That I think we're going to get a couple of very good trainers, and I would be a great assistant to them if they needed it. One thing I learned in the as a good leader is I delegate authority. If they need some help, I'm glad to help them, but I'm going to rely on them heavily for keeping these guys in good shape. And I actually know that these short seasons, there's a fine line between working on conditioning and overdoing things that might be a little bit too hard for the players to withstand with the crazy schedule. But we're going to be very innovative, as we said earlier, and I adjust to all different situations.
And, Coach, you've got a couple of good assistants here when you talk about the delegating authority. You've got a guy who played baseball at San Diego State and in the Arizona organization, and another young man from this part of the world in Travis Ruppel, who played at Quincy University, and also played in this same league with the Gems for a while back. So you got a couple of young guys there that have been around the summer league baseball scene.
See, pretty smart, aren't I? One thing I learned, you surround yourself with guys that are a lot smarter and better than you, then you look pretty smart. So, Bob Heeman has done a great job in going through resumes after resumes of coaches, and he tried to find ones that would fit best with my personality, because I don't know if you got it. I sent Bob a letter to the editor. No, it was a sports article by Bill Plechsky at the L.A. Times, and it explains me to a T. So Bob was able to show these guys this little news article and see if they could actually work alongside of me.
So we're just a couple of weeks away from the season. When are you going to be around the ballpark and be getting ready on site for the season?
Well, I've been itching to go for a long time, but due to logistics, I'm actually starting today. As soon as I'm done with this interview, I'll be in my fifth wheel, heading on up the road to Hannibal, Missouri. Hopefully, we're going to be there in about 4 days, and I can't wait to get started. The players will be there on the 22nd, so it's going to give me 5-6 days to get acclimated and hope to meet some of y'all down there and get to know people more.
We will certainly look forward to that, and I know you're looking forward to it. If you're not excited by the time you're done talking to Bob Heeman about the ball club and about the facility, if you're not excited by then, I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, he's a great mentor, isn't he? I am really looking forward to working with that guy. He's a card. We've had a lot of good laughs, and as long as I don't claim to be General Patton, I'll be all right in Bob's eyes.
There's a lot of other lines we could come up with in connection with that, but we'll leave that be for now, and we'll catch up to that as we go along. Dick Dent, the new field manager for the Hannibal Cavemen. Opening day for the Cavemen, of course, coming up on May the 26th, 2 weeks from tomorrow. Dick Dent, we appreciate the visit, and we'll look forward to visiting with you in person.
Oh, boy, I do, too. Thank you very much. And I tell you what, I can't wait to get there and meet all you.
Very good.
Have a good trip, and we'll see you here next week.
Roger that, Cap.
Very good. Dick Dent, man, what a resume he brings to the table.
But there are things we haven't touched on yet either.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, yeah. It's he's been involved in America's Cup, was involved in the ABA and the NFL along the way. So brings a lot to the table. And 2 weeks from tomorrow, and have we gotten the okay from upstairs to start talking about our plans? Okay, all right. We'll have more on that later on. But on the line with us, Dick Dent, the new field manager for the Hannibal Cavemen. Their season getting underway on May the 26th. That's Bill Schuler. I'm Harold Smith, and we are at 9:35 from News Talk 1070 KHMO and KHMOradio.com. Good morning.